Amazon sellers, warriors, people out there fighting so hard to build income for the family that they love, so they have margin to do the things they love with the people you love. Today I want to tell you what to do when Amazon wipes out a ton of your reviews. All of a sudden you go, what in the world just happened? Hey everybody, this is Seth Keeping It Real. Today I have 6 very specific points I want you to write down. These are going to help you when you are losing reviews on your account with perspective, why you need to get reviews, and why waiting organically for reviews can really be hurtful. First of all, Amazon has been wiping reviews out for what seems to be no reason at all. Now, their system will tell you what seems like your account is associated with another account with a particular biased or financial interest, therefore, we're removing your reviews. However, what's crazy about that, I have multiple accounts. We have some where reviews just disappear and we never did any kind of incentivized review and they're just gone. And I've had other people who never did that and they have one account and the same thing. So what's going on? First of all, please understand, Amazon uses a robotic program to wipe these out based on an algorithm they use to clean it up as much as possible. And sometimes they're spot on, and unfortunately sometimes they're completely wrong, and it's unfair to sellers who are not even doing white hat hacks. I mean, they're like so scared of hacks, they're hackless. They don't do hacks at all. First of all, please understand this is part of selling on Amazon. If it's happening to you, it's happening to someone else. So don't start complaining and whining and getting all discouraged. Say, what can I do to make a difference? How can I turn this into an opportunity? The fact that it's happening to everyone puts you at an advantage, because your advantage is going to be your perspective and how you respond and how you turn this into an opportunity for you and the money you make for your family. Point number 1, if you get all of your reviews organically only, it will take you 5 to 10 times longer to get to the same number of reviews than if you do it using a hack. So my recommendation is don't do an incentivized review. I'm not going to say that publicly, but at least do something to get reviews on there faster. And with a little ingenuity, you can make this happen. Now in our program, we teach how to do this in a very effective way. People will get 30, 40, 50 reviews on there and it's awesome. But even for them, sometimes some of those reviews get wiped out, whether or not it was an incentivized review. But it's still worth the risk. The time you will spend, the money you will spend trying to get the same number of reviews organically instead of finding some kind of hack to get them faster will cost you so much more. Because not only will it take you probably a year selling really, really fast to get 30, 40, 50 really strong reviews on there, but second, you're going to have to promote your product so people can see it. And when people see it and it has no reviews, most people don't buy it. Therefore, you have to get it ranking constantly, spend tons of money on ads to get it so people find it, and then hope out of the 1,000 people who see it, maybe a couple of them buy it. And of the couple, after you've had 200 buys, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of those will actually review it. You see what I mean? For people to find your product, it has to rank. But once it ranks, that means you spent money to get it to rank, usually on a PPC ad campaign. But then once they find it, if it has no reviews, they're not going to buy it. And of the 100 or 200 people who end up buying it, a very tiny percentage of those will leave you a review. So by the time you've already generated enough reviews to get there, it's already cost you a ton of time and a ton of money. So my opinion is, my recommendation, it is worth it getting reviews on there faster. Just make sure you de-risk yourself, be smart, be wise, don't be crazy, don't be dumb, because you can get your account suspended 100% if you're not careful. Secondly, most sellers do not even understand this. They don't realize how much money and time it takes to get organic reviews. Therefore, they think, oh my goodness, if I do some kind of hack and get more reviews of my product, then that hack screwed me. Not necessarily. If you compare the cost of getting half your reviews removed versus the cost of waiting to get them organically, can you guess which one usually is going to cost you a lot more? Exactly. The organic method takes forever. And I'm telling you, the top sellers, most people won't go public about this, most people won't say it. But the multimillionaires on Amazon, they're getting reviews non-organically. Many of them are directly incentivized. That is exactly what people are doing. Now, if that's against your conscience, then you have to make what's right for you. Number 3, decide if it's a moral issue or not. If it's a moral issue and you feel like you're doing something wrong, you're sinning, you're hurting someone, then don't do it. But if you feel like, wait a minute, maybe I am edging over the terms of service with Amazon. Maybe I am getting a little bit into warm water, maybe not hot. But the result of this is going to help my family and my loved ones and other people and all the high successful, I shouldn't say all, most of the extreme high-end successful Amazon sellers are doing it anyways. Is it worth the risk? Am I actually hurting someone? Am I doing something wrong? You see what I mean? You have to decide for you if that is a moral issue or not. I think there's a big difference between breaking a terms of service and going against government law. We're not talking about the same thing here, guys. Amazon is not the government. They're not lawyers. They are not an institution of government. They're simply a company, just like you have a company and I have a company. Next, I already forgot how many points I have. I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. Understand the order in which you need to do things in order to make it count. First, you need to make sure that your product is so well researched and so well differentiated that, of course, if 1,000 people all searched your main keyword and your product pops up amongst all the top competitors, it's without shadow of a doubt. They're gonna be like, oh my goodness, of course I'm gonna buy this one, and it's yours. If you are not that confident about your product's main photo and what that's the perceived value, and the physical product itself, the real value, then you are not ready. Make sure your product is the best. If you studied your competitors' critical reviews, yours can be better based on that knowledge. Second, once you're for sure that's the case, you need to build out your listing, launch your product, and get your reviews on it as fast as you can. Why is that? Why would you spend hundreds and thousands getting your product to the first page with no reviews and as consequently very little buys? Do you know how much money you're gonna spend? It's not worth it, you guys. First get the reviews on there, the social proof, then begin to rank it. And now that it's ranking and it's actually showing up on the first page and it has some reviews on it and they're really good reviews, hopefully 5 stars, now your chances of selling are so much greater and you end up making way more money. Here's how you can tell most people who don't understand business. They think if they have to spend a few extra $100 now, that it's just screwing their life over. They don't understand to grow a business, you have to spend lots of money up front. That's how you make millions. You have to look at money that way. You're too attached to your money, people. Don't be so attached to it. Use it as a tool. Leverage it so that you can succeed. Stop letting it rule your life and controlling. Oh no, I can't let go of that. No, think, guys. That's part of growing a business. You need to learn how to run a business. Once you understand business principles, all of a sudden you're gonna be like, that makes sense. Of course I'm gonna spend money now. And 3 years later, you're swimming in the cash. Going, that's right, I told you it was good. Understand too, this is a risk and reward thing. You need to calculate the risk, calculate the reward, make a decision. If you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, you need to become friends with risk. I'm not saying high risk, but some level of risk. You have to take risk if you want to get reward. You can't climb to the mountain and then complain that it's cold at the top. That's part of the sacrifice for getting to climb to the top of the mountain. Amazon will keep changing. The rules will keep changing. A lot of things will feel unfair, but guess what? It's true for everyone. It's an even playing field. Therefore, it's all fair. The opportunity to sell on Amazon is still huge. It's massive. You can make a ton of money. Here is a golden nugget for you. You only need a handful. How many reviews can I hold in my hand? Okay, a handful of reviews to get your product selling like crazy. You don't need 400 reviews. A lot of people go, oh my goodness, I only got 25. They're all 4.9 stars. They're not 5 stars. I can't believe I got 4.9 stars. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with you? You don't need a ton of reviews. People are not dumb. If they see 10, 12, 5 reviews on there and they're all 5-star, they're probably gonna buy your product if you differentiated it well. The review is not what makes them buy the product. It just helps them buy the product. What makes them buy the product is how good is your product. So when someone says, hey Seth, I need more reviews. Well, how you doing? Well, I'm selling 3,000 a day. Oh, that's awesome. Hey Seth, I need more reviews. And I say, well, how many times a day is your product selling? Oh, it's not a day, it's like, a couple times a week. We do have a problem. How many reviews do you have? 12. What are your stars? 5. Why do you think the problem is not enough reviews? Well, because my competitors, they have 30, 40, 5, 600. That's not the problem. The problem is your product's not good enough, or the photo doesn't make it look good enough to sell. Hey, this is Seth. Can you keep it real? Click on the link below. It is a product evaluation tool to help you modify, test, and vet your research to make sure you're making a smart decision before you launch a product. Guys, the real key in reviews is researching and finding the right product at the beginning. When you do that, let me tell you something. When you launch, reviews will be the least of your problems. It's easy to get a handful of reviews under the table. I know this guy named Bob. He never is on social media. Amazon will never track him. He'll give you a review. Hey, Bob, here's $20. That is not hard to do, you guys. If people are buying your product, I swear it is not the reviews. It's your product's not good enough, and that began with your research. Get the tool, click the link below. It'll show you how to do it. You guys have an awesome day. Go crush it out there. Don't make excuses. Strangle your excuses. Hello, camera. I'm just thinking here. Strangle your excuses.